Hey, how's it going, everybody? Greg Eilers from the Stanislaus County Office of Education here to kind of get you ready for ETC 2022 when it comes to our online schedule. So as you can see, I'm on an iPhone device. So if you have an iPhone, what I'm going to guide you through is going to look very familiar. If you're on an Android or some other mobile device, it'll look a little bit different, but the process is still the same when we're getting onto our online schedule. So I'm going to launch Safari, and you'll see why here in just a second. So you can see that I am at etc2022.sched.com. The first thing you want to do is go ahead and type that in to your URL and go ahead and navigate over to that, okay? After I've got that punched in, again, I'm using Safari here, and this little secret trick on an iPhone is really useful because what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the export button, and I'm going to scroll down to add to home screen. And what that allows me to do is simply add that shortcut, and it's going to look like basically an app that's now on my phone. Okay, so for those of you that don't know that little shortcut, there you go. Great way to kind of get you to the website real quickly and kind of have the app look. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the application. Really, it's just the link to the website. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and log into Sched. And you're going to want to do this because this is where you're going to be able to kind of mark up your schedule and select some sessions for the day that are of interest to you. If you've never made a Sched account, you can see that you can go ahead and click on sign up. I'm going to go ahead and log in since I do have an account. Okay. If you've signed in with your Google account like I have, you can simply click on that, and that will then recognize you, or you might need to put in your Google credentials if it's linked to that. So here I am. I know it's me because if I tap on the upper right hand corner icon, I can see it's my account. Feel free to customize your profile, add in a picture, maybe a bio and things like that for your Sched account. All right, so now that I'm here, I can go ahead and kind of scroll down and see kind of the schedule of events for the day. By the way, if you have not noticed, we are having a pre-conference outdoor yoga session. It's the first time we've ever done it, and we're pretty pumped about it. So if that's something interesting to you and you're into the yoga, we're doing a pre-conference outdoor yoga flow session. You do need to register for it. It's free. It comes with your ETC conference registration, but you do need to register for it because we're going to cap it at about 20 to 25 people. So kind of a bonus there as we go through this Sched, all right? Notice that I have these little check marks. All that signifies is that is something that is of interest to me for the day. So I've got the keynote checked. I've got a couple of sessions in the 9 o'clock hour checked. If I go down to the 10:15 hour, which is our second session, I can select on the Canvas session if I want to attend that. And so that is something that I want to make sure is really clear to you as the attendee. If I select a session, that does not reserve me a seat, all right? All that does is it signifies to me that that session is something that I was interested in attending. So if I pop into that screencastic presented by the infamous Luke Hibbard and I read up on what the description is, and that sounds really interesting to me, then I'm going to go ahead and check that to add to my schedule. That does not reserve me a seat. All that does is it allows me to track what I am interested in going to see for the day. The other useful thing about that is that if, let's say, Luke's session is really full, maybe I've got another in the 10:15 hour that I marked and that I want to go to. So maybe I click on Janet Brunell's session, and hers is one that I want to go to. So maybe have a backup 2 or 3 sessions that you want to attend in case one's super full, to where you've got that plan B ready to go. Speaking of, you'll notice that you've got this limited kind of notification within each session, all right? What that's going to change to as we get closer to the event is you'll either see limited, full, or filling, okay? Filling means that more people are starting to check it like I am here. Full means that it's pretty close to capacity. That doesn't mean that you can't get into the session, because if you get there early enough, you'll be able to get a seat. But what it does cause you to remember is that's probably going to be a pretty popular session to go to. So you might want to get there and make sure that that is something that you want to attend and get out of. So again, just because it says full doesn't mean you can't go. It just simply means the room's going to be pretty crowded because it's probably going to be a pretty popular session. So you use professional judgment on that, on what you want to do and be able to go see. But definitely check those sessions of the ones that are really interested to you and your learning environment and what you want to get out of for the day. All right, so that's pretty much the Sched. Very straightforward. Again, if you've never used Sched before, spend a little bit of time getting used to it. Trust me, it'll make your day of the conference a lot smoother as you go through. One last thing before we leave the Sched, what you're going to want to do is after each session is over, you'll notice there's a session feedback button, okay? In past years, we've asked you to fill out the session feedback, not only to get feedback to the presenters as they find that very valuable, but this is also how you get an entry into our raffle at the end of the day. We're going to be doing a raffle at lunch as well as at the end of the day of a bunch of cool ed tech stuff. So you're definitely going to fill in the session feedbacks after you attend those sessions. So that link will be attached to every session that you attend. And then finally, if I click menu, the last thing I want to pull your attention to is the map. All right, so you've got a map here of Pittman campus. We'll start our day at the registration table, and you'll want to go to the gym as that is where the opening keynote and vendors are going to be. And so that's where we'll kick off our day. But then the rest of the day, you're going to spend pretty much in the H wing up here, as well as the black box theater. So that's where the majority of the day is going to be. And then when it comes to lunchtime, we've got our food trucks over on North Kilroy Road. That's where you're going to pick up your lunch of your choice of whatever food truck you want to visit. And then obviously you've got your parking and all of that of where you're going to park your car and head out for the day. So there you go. Get used to the map and kind of what is coming up. And believe it or not, folks, ETC 2022 is upon us, February 26th. Super excited about it, and we'll see you all there.